Alright, it's time we finally get serious about the Supra and fixing this thing up and making it look half decent. That way, when we finally get the title for this thing, we can drive it around and not look like idiots. If you guys have been following the series on the Supra, we just got it inspected and we got it to pass, thank God. However, the journey doesn't end there. We still have so much to do to this thing just to dial it in and make it look better, because this car, guys, we have some big plans. And when I say we, I don't mean just myself. So I really want to get this thing looking right and operating right, because right now it looks a little clapped still. I know everyone keeps on telling me to change this hood, guys. I know, it's the biggest thing on the car that makes it look just ugly, but I'm working on it. So I'm gonna sell this one, get another hood, get it painted and all that, but I do need the money from this hood first before we even do that, because funds are getting a little low. Something else we really need to do is fix this front radar cruise control thing, because if you guys recall my last video, I thought I can just code it out and just leave it. Unfortunately, since we coded it out in that last video about the Supra, we now lost our blind spot monitoring. So I can't live without blind spot monitoring in this car. I feel like I need it, especially driving in New York. Something else we discovered that we need to do is fix the ride height level sensor, whatever it's called, in this rear driver's side. I actually went ahead and ordered that piece already, and it did come in. So if you're wondering what that looks like, it looks like this. It's pretty cheap plastic, honestly. And I can see why this thing broke easily. Unfortunately though, I didn't realize it didn't come with the nut to hold it in. So we're gonna have to make a run to Home Depot, but that we're not gonna do today. We have a whole bunch of other stuff to keep us busy. So today what I wanna do is take off this front bumper, see what's exactly going on with this radar. Like, is this radar missing? Is it not working? Is it broken? I don't know. I also want to fix a few things while we have the bumper off. I want to replace these right over here, which the guy clearly got some aftermarket ones that just faded in the sun, just like everything else on this car. You guys can see this one is just as bad. And then I also have a new grille insert for this side. So we'll fix all those little things and we'll figure out what's going on with the cruise control radar, and we'll see if there's any more hidden damage on this thing, because again, guys, this thing was hit on the front. So that's where most of the damage was. And judging by the work that I've seen from this guy already, it's probably not the best behind there. All right, guys, so we're gonna just get started. We're gonna open up the hood and then start disassembling this front bumper. This should be pretty easy. It's gonna be pretty similar to a lot of BMWs where we have some bolts and stuff up here. If we remove this weather stripping. So we have some, it looks like maybe 10 or 8 mils. And then the nice thing is, the bolts that hold in the bumper over here are accessible, whereas most BMWs, you actually have to go in from underneath. This one, it looks like it's just right on top. Now, where it's gonna get a little more interesting is the bolts underneath, because the guy who put this front bumper on, he didn't do a great job. He didn't use factory hardware. The car is missing some splash shields. So this is part of the purpose of today's video, is to figure out what's going on, what's missing, what we need. Again, we already have some stuff, which is pretty obvious, but we need to figure out how much more is really damaged in this car. Oh, those are 8 mils. Oops. This would be a lot easier, by the way, if I wasn't trying to film. But oh well, life of a YouTuber, I guess. Something else we have to do, I totally forgot. We need to disconnect the fender liner. So we're gonna have to turn the car on, turn the wheel to the right, access these fender liner bolts. All right, let's turn this thing on. What's up, JD? It was a nice surprise. It's been a while since JD's been on the channel, or just in my life in general, honestly.
Come on, man.
You don't like me anymore?
It's not that, man.
Yeah.
Go for it.
It's, oh, dang, I'm sorry for your loss. No, I'm joking. I'm kidding. Here, hold this for a second.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, my voluntold cameraman. Oh, you guys want to see one of the coolest tools ever? Look at this. See that? So what you basically do, put this like that, this, I forgot what you call it. It's like an angle thing, and then this thing's awesome. So like, look at that. Isn't that so cool, man?
That's great.
This is how you, again, this is how you know I'm getting older.
Yeah,
I get more excited about tools.
You're saving your back out. You don't have to lay on the floor.
Then it looks sad when it's like, when you put it down, it's like. All right, let's see. This might be a 6 mil. Nope, of course it's not. Maybe 7? I feel like the kid probably just threw these ones on. I don't know. Someone who actually owns a Supra, you guys can confirm, right? Is it actually supposed to be 7 mils? Like, why would it be 8 mil? Like, it's always 8 mils and 10 mils.
Yep.
So this is the one I would expect, and then this is the one that was there. right? Am I going crazy?
We might both be going crazy.
That's fine. We've already been there. All right, sweet beans. Now we should be able to pull this out. Boom, bam. All right, let's maybe just leave that for now. We'll do the rest, and then we'll undo it from underneath. Which, yo, you gotta see the underneath. The kid just put like self-tapping screws and stuff to hold it in. I swear. All right, we got both sides disconnected. What we have to do now is go down to the unknown and disconnect what I literally think is self-tapping screws underneath there.
This might be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Oh my God, what is this? Bro, I don't even know what that is. Look at this. You see that? That's not how that works. This is supposed to go underneath the bumper. You know?
Oh
and then there's a piece that goes onto here that a bolt screws into.
What did he do?
Bro, he should have just stopped. He should have just stopped while he was ahead. By the way, look, there's some zip ties here. Oh, there goes the zip tie.
Gone.
It's been a while since I've used a Phillips on a car. Usually it's like
100 days?
Yeah, this is sad. All right, time to work on a car, not a house. First self-tapper. Oh my God. This is just sad.
I don't even know what these are. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I have no idea, dude. I don't even know why they'd even be in here. Like, for what? Like, this is all supposed to attach onto the splash guard that attaches onto everything else and hold the bumper in from underneath. Because right now you can see, like, the bumper is just
floating.
Yeah. You can literally see for this one that's broken, he put some self-tapping screws. Like, just take it off. Take it off. Why even leave it on at that point? Like, it's all destroyed. I don't know, man. This is funny. Ugh. This is gonna be a good scene right here. All right, guys. This is my life, like 90% of the time, and just contemplating why we even do this. Like, we could have taken up like snowboarding. You know, I could have taken up crocheting. I could have been a chef.
I don't think that's the life God chose for us.
No, apparently not. We're chosen to suffer.
Suffer and drive cool cars.
You suffer and drive cool cars. I mean, listen, it's a give and take. All right, bumper is off. Now, the fun times. Again, I said in the beginning of the video, guys, but remember, this car was in a front end accident. So this is where hopefully, and I'm saying hopefully because who knows, where most of the hidden damage is gonna be. I'm surprised that this is here. I'm actually really surprised. I don't know what you call this, but this is the actual bumper, because we always call the bumper cover a bumper. That's actually not the bumper, that's the bumper cover. That's the actual bumper. This piece is actually on here. I'm guessing he probably had to do that for safety reasons. It doesn't look bad. So hopefully most of what's missing and broken is just, you know, the aesthetic stuff. He did change, I think when he said the car's in an accident, only mechanical thing he really changed was one of the intercoolers. I don't know if it was like an auxiliary cooler, like off to the side. I thought that's what it was. Yeah, all the plastics look like they're good and they're actually there, which I'm genuinely surprised about. But the thing I do want to check is that front cruise radar controller, because I'm guessing, not guessing, I know it has to be in here. Oh, it's in there.
It is.
I feel it.
Okay, so that means...
Pause. It's when I bought the car, the kid did tell me it wasn't in there. I feel the connection in there.
Okay.
Like legit. So this is supposed to go in here.
Was it connected before?
It wasn't connected. All right, guys, so right now we're trying to get this thing out. Now, if it feels like it's in there and we're pretty confident it is, why are we doing this? It's because we want to see if it looks like it's damaged. It obviously would have gotten hit in the front end accident. So I don't really know what's going on. The kid said that he needed it, but this literally wasn't plugged in. Like, it was completely disconnected. So here's my theory. One, it's just broken and he put it back in, which was stupid. That's theory one, which is possible. And if that case, we're gonna need a new one, and then we're gonna have to code that new one. My other theory is he probably doesn't even know if it's really broken or not. He probably never connected it, because one, it literally wasn't connected. And he probably didn't want to pay to code it. Now, I'm not gonna take the kid's word too much because he already failed me 2 times on the blind spot monitoring. The other thing is, one of the codes, the chassis malfunction code that would come up every like 20 minutes while you're driving or so, or every 10 minutes, whatever it is, he thought it had to do with the radar. it didn't. It had to do with the ride height leveling sensor. So this kid was wrong about a few things. So I'm not really gonna take his word. So we're gonna see if we can get to this piece, just visually inspect it, see if it looks okay. It still could be broken, even if it looks okay. All right, so it's been some time. Jonathan, AKA JD, AKA now Johnny, did have to leave for something, but he might be coming back. But I wanted to show you, I got to the sensor, and obviously the sensor is now here. Now again, guys, the kid said that the car needs a sensor. So I don't know if he just reused the same sensor that was on the car before, just never plugged it in, never got it coded, didn't know if it even worked, because it literally just was not plugged in. And based on other things, the guy really didn't know too much about this car, so I'm not gonna trust him in that sense. The sensor is a little dirty, so what we're gonna probably do is give this thing a nice clean. You guys can see I just like wiped it off. So we'll clean this thing, and then we'll keep on going with the other things we have to do today. We'll plug this thing back into the car, and then we'll see if Coding Dynamics can code it to the car. And then, guys, honestly, if this works, that's gonna be a massive, massive win. I know we found some hidden damage like underneath the car with the splash shields and all that, but this piece, like this sensor, this radar, again, I've said in my other videos, but this thing brand new is $3,000. That's insane. Even used, they're hard to find and they're so expensive. So if we can just use this one, that would be amazing. So this is the perfect time for me to break out the Key soft absorbent washable microfiber towels. So I'm probably gonna have to put you guys down. We'll take one out. And again, I'm probably not gonna use any rubbing alcohol because I don't know how sensitive this thing is, but we will just wipe it down with a microfiber, and hopefully this thing works. And that already is way better. So we're gonna keep on going in the meantime here and fix some of those other things that I mentioned. Now, obviously guys, my mind is running about this front radar. Obviously we're not gonna fix everything today because there's a whole bunch of that hidden damage. But for now, we're gonna install these two things. So this right over here is that little grill insert, and then these are aftermarket black side reflectors, which will replace the faded out ones. Look at this, by the way. These are so poorly put in that even in the cold, I can just easily pop them out. So here are the original reflectors, which you guys can tell are super faded and ugly. And here are the new ones, the smoked out. They're actually still reflectors. They're not just black, which if these start to fade out in the future, I might just vinyl wrap them black. But in the meantime, we might as well just upgrade them to some good ones. And just like that, guys, we got the first reflector on. Not sure how much justice the lighting is doing since it's dark here anyways, but once this is back on the car, you guys will definitely be able to tell a difference. All right, so other side is now out as well. You guys can see just how badly faded these things are in the sun, and we officially have the newer, better ones. Again, I mean, these are probably the same ones that the guy had on before, so if these fade out over time in the sun, we'll just vinyl wrap them gloss blacks, that way it just all blends into the bumper. But in the meantime, I wanted to get rid of those horribly faded ones, so I think this is a huge improvement. So next thing we're gonna do, guys, is install basically this bumper grill insert, this piece, onto this side. Why is it missing it? I have no idea. So this piece I got brand new from Toyota. Believe it or not, guys, it was actually cheaper new than it was used, which is really weird. But anyways, this should go on pretty easy. All right, and just like that, guys, it is perfectly in. Everything aligns and everything is all the way in. Again, something I could have definitely done with the bumper on, but this way I can see behind the bumper and make sure the clips go all the way in, because sometimes it seems like it's in, but it's not fully in. And with this car, I really want to make sure everything is just like spot on and everything just like it's almost like the car is new again. So we are almost done with the front bumper for today. We got the two side markers on, we got the little grill insert on. We also off camera reinstalled the radar sensor. What I also did, guys, was actually plug it in this time. So maybe today, maybe in a future video, we're gonna see if we can redo the coating, because we technically coated that thing out. Basically undo that coating and see if it just works. If that happens, that will be an absolute miracle. But something else I wanna do, besides catch my breath right now, is take off these, I don't know if you call them riv nuts or whatever they are. Basically these, because I don't know what they're using them for, but right now they're literally just hanging on and they look stupid, ghetto, and dirty. So we're gonna get rid of them. And to do that, all I'm gonna do is just hold it with a plier, and then on the other end, hit with the gun. And just like that. Again, they're probably using these to hold in the bumper to the splash guard, but right now it's literally holding in nothing. So all of them are now out. Now what we can do is actually go and find the proper splash guards the little inserts that go into the splash guards, the proper hardware, and get this front bumper mounted on properly and cleanly. All right, it's been some more time. I got some more stuff done off camera. As you can tell, the bumper is now back onto the car. It's not fully mounted, but everything is connected. I also gave the engine bay a nice quick little wipe down, so that way it looks halfway decent. Also, while I've been like inspecting what I need for this car in terms of like splash guards and all that, give me 1 second here, guys, as I lay on the ground. We need a lot, right? But something else I noticed, if you guys look right over here, can you see this? This is the sway bar end link, and as you can tell, it's a little beat up. Not sure what happened there, but yeah, so we might have to get a new one just to make sure that's all proper and safe. Yeah, because I'm not sure if you guys will be able to tell from the lighting, but yeah, this thing's getting shredded. Also, while we're down here, there's just a whole bunch of hardware missing. You can see this fender liner is just like flapping around. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of things going on with this car, guys. A lot of damage that I did not know was there. Now, I'd be lying if I said I didn't anticipate any of this. I had a feeling that the car would be worse than I thought. But, you know, it is what it is. At least we got some stuff done. Like, honestly, this reflector, it's not like black. Like, it actually still is a reflector. It's just kind of smoked out instead of the original orange one. And we also have this grille insert. So the front end is at least looking a little more complete. We obviously have to take care of the big things like the headlight and the hood, but we'll get to that. But it just feels like every day I work on this car, I find something. So if you guys enjoyed this series, if you guys want to see the Supra come back to life, smash that like button. It helps me out big time. Hit that subscribe button if you guys want to stay tuned for future videos. But with that said, this video is pretty much done. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.